Welcome everybody to Blizzard Peak Hill Climb. Today we're dealing with a 1996 Ferrari F50 GT. Now this has a 905 horsepower, 469 pounds-feet of torque from a 4.7 litre twin turbocharged V12 engine, and the car itself weighs 2,244 pounds. It's got snow tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can do 0 to 60 in 2.530 seconds, 0 to 106.018 seconds, going on to a top speed of 246 miles an hour. So yeah, this isn't the full fat version because well, putting any more power through those turbos on this car will put it into X class, and you can't compete in rivals in X class. You could get more than 1100 horsepower, which on this series, with that kind of weight that this car is dealing with, would make this car ballistic. But unfortunately we'll have to deal with 905 horsepower, but that is still 155 horsepower more than it had originally, and yeah, still dealing with very little weight as well. So yeah, we've had the Ferrari F40 on this series before. That did decently, especially for a car from the 80s, so hopefully this car will do either just as well or even better. So let's see what it can do. Obviously this car wasn't meant to deal with all-wheel drive, so that might throw up some issues, but you know, it's not dealing with all that much power than it had originally, so hopefully not. And yeah, even though it does have the all-wheel drive, which obviously adds weight, it's not all that much weight, it's only about a couple £100 extra, which quite frankly, when you're barely 2,000 pounds in weight anyway, that's not really all that much of a hindrance, especially when you're dealing with more power as well. So yeah, I'm really hopeful that this car will do well. It does handle really rather well. It does have plenty of power, even though not as much as other cars on this series, while having very little in the way of weight. It's easily one of the lightest mid-engined supercars that we've had on this series. There's an understeer there, but not too troublesome. Even though it does have turbos added onto that V12, they haven't been upgraded in any way, so that's why you can probably barely hear them. Which is a good thing, quite frankly, because the engine in this car sounds absolutely brilliant. Plenty of acceleration and speed on the go. Talk about lack of power, it doesn't harm this like it did with the Lotus 311 even. Because even though that car did handle really rather well and was also lightweight, it didn't have all that much power, which I think in the end harmed it ever so slightly. But not so with this car, because that is a really quick time, even though it's not the quickest, but still at 1 minute 51.245 it goes into joint second place with the Porsche 918 Spyder, which also means it's beating the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, the Zenvo ST1, the Lamborghini Veneno and the 2016 Porsche 911 GT3 RS, and yeah, only slightly behind the Lamborghini Aventador LP 750. So yeah, absolutely brilliant time, and the fact it's exactly the same time as a more modern car that has all-wheel drive standard and even more power than this is really incredible. And if this car did have more power, it would have easily topped the this leaderboard on this series, quite frankly, because yeah, it was really quick even with only 905 horsepower. It's got way less than any car in that top 5 in terms of horsepower, and I think the fact that it doesn't weigh all that much and stock wise is still a good handling car is what helped it really rather well. And obviously then the all-wheel drive and the snow tyres helped it deal with the ice and the snow. So yeah, massively impressed by that, and it's the first Ferrari in the top 10, quite frankly. So yeah, amazing achievement from this car, especially considering it's 20 years older than that Lamborghini, which is at the top, and this is less than a second behind it, and that car had more power as well and all-wheel drive standard. So yeah, really impressed with this. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.